Hello and welcome to another Stop, Drop, and Move. Today we're going to be doing an upper body movement break with special attention to our neck and shoulders here. As always, if anything does not feel good for you, isn't appropriate, it hurts, anything like that, please skip it, substitute with something else that is right for your body. Now, our time is short. We only have 15 minutes, so let's dive in. To begin, we're going to use a little bit of deep breathing to transition from our workday into our movement break. So I encourage you all find a comfortable stance, some long, tall posture, sort of like somebody has one of your hairs, and they're pulling you up just a little bit taller. So you're lifting out of your pelvis and you've got a little bit more space between each and every vertebra. And now what we're going to do is we're going to inhale our arms up and exhale them back and down. You can see that my palms are facing up. Yours don't have to, but it does help me feel a little bit more of a stretch through the front of my chest when I think about having a nice open body posture through the front of my chest. Still lifting out of my pelvis, still going for a long, tall spine. Now, you're not going to go at my cadence because if you did it as slowly as I did that full breath cycle, you might be concerned about breathing enough during the stop, drop, and move. Go at your own pace with your own breath. So inhaling whatever your normal inhale is and exhaling whatever your normal exhale is. If you enjoy slowing down the breathing and including some pauses, that's also an option. So nice long inhale, little pause, complete and thorough exhale, squeezing all the air out of my body even, and pause, and then continuing this cycle. So every single one of these movements is a little bit of a choose your own adventure. You could play with whether your hands are up or your hands are down. You could even just do backs of the hands towards the wall, right? Thumbs are up. So playing with our body, and also if we have the opportunity to approach our body with awe, wonder, excitement, does make moving a little bit more sustainable. So hidden bonus there. We're going to move on from our deep breathing into some shoulder shrugging. So I'm going to shrug my shoulders up towards my ears, really squeeze. And then we're going to do an intentional release where I'm dropping my shoulders away from my ears, making sure I have that long, tall posture. And maybe see if I can get those shoulders to drop a little bit more using my lats to pull them down. Let's do that a couple of times just because every time you do it, you might get a little bit more in tune with that part of your body and be able to achieve a slightly better release. Squeeze, maybe inhale up and then squeeze while you're holding, and then exhale down, really dropping the shoulders down, feeling and noticing that contrast and how different that feels when I'm squashed up versus extended. Extended might not be the right word. Lengthened might be a better word. Beautiful. Now this time, as I shrug my shoulders up, I'm going to play with the movement a little bit. Maybe bring my shoulders slightly forward, maybe bring my head slightly forward, maybe bring everything back to neutral, maybe go back, just playing with the movement. Now, you don't have to do every position possible while your shoulders are up by your ears. You could drop your shoulders, play with this movement a little bit, sort of seeking that interesting, oh, this has value for my body kind of a feeling. Big, juicy morning stretches. Maybe when I drop my shoulders away from my ears, I also drop my head to one side or the other, forward, back. The world's your oyster. You could do anything. Okay, now you're going to do 1 or 2 reps just for yourself. So I'll stop talking. Lovely. Next thing we're going to do is get rid of any remaining shoulder tension with some shoulder rolls. You could do them with your arms down by your sides. You can also put your hands on your shoulders and do gigantic circles with your elbows. Still moving your shoulders, but including a little bit more of your body here. Beautiful. Reverse direction, whatever variation you're doing here. And pause with your shoulders down, long, tall spine position again. And this time, think through shoulders, traps, neck, even up to your jaw. And see if there are any muscles that are clenched and could be unclenched. The jaw is a very common one for people. Sometimes you'll also have forward head posture, just sort of stacking or relaxing the head back a little bit. So your ears are a little bit more stacked on top of the shoulders can feel nice. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to go into a lat stretch. So I'm going to reach my right arm up towards the ceiling, bend at the elbow to reach down my back, hold on to the right elbow with my left hand, and goodness, I can already feel a stretch, but we're going to settle into this stretch and see if we can explore a little bit more. Take a deep breath here. And see if you feel like playing with the stretch. This might be plenty for you, but it might also feel good to get a little wiggle in side to side, to see if you can reach down your back just a little bit further. Check in with your right shoulder. See if you can drop the shoulder away from your ear a little bit further. Beautiful. And whenever you're ready, we're going to reach up and switch sides. If you need to do a couple of shoulder rolls for yourself in between, that's totally fine. Choose your own adventure. And we're going to reach up with the left hand, reach down my back with the left hand. What if I only make it this far? That's okay. This is a goal. This does not have to be what it looks like for everybody. Now I'm going to hold on to my left elbow with my right hand and just help myself into the stretch, not force anything, but just support the stretch. Take a deep breath here just to settle in, get familiar. Beautiful. And now we can play if we would like to play. So a little side movement, a little shoulder movement, a little bit of joy. If the deep breathing is supporting you in this stretch and feels good, keep that up. You don't have to change it. And, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. This time is about you. So that is an important piece. Whenever you are ready, you bring both arms down. Do a little wiggle to relax yourself. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to bring my right arm across my body and use my left arm to help myself into it. Oh, my shoulders were tight today. And then take a deep breath. Just to settle in. And now I'm going to play with the movement. So bringing shoulder up, bringing shoulder down, maybe bringing my arm across my body a little bit more, or drawing some circles with my right arm coming across my body. So my hand is really drawing the circle, not my whole arm. I don't know. I guess that would look like this. But I'm drawing circles with my right hand here. Beautiful. And then whenever you're ready, you could switch sides. So we're going to bring arms down by our sides, do whatever little shake out, wiggle, break we need. And then my left arm is going to come across my body. Right arm is going to help me into it. And I'm going to take a breath and just settle in. I like supporting stretches. I like settling into them slowly because depending on what your body has been through in the last week or so, it might be acting like it normally acts. What even is normal? It's usually a range. And so when we approach stretches or exercises slowly, we can adapt to how our bodies are feeling that day. Awesome. So playing with the stretch if you have not already been, finding ways to make that interesting, exploratory, make it feel good. Beautiful. And whenever you're ready, you're going to bring your arms down by your sides and just do a little bit of rocking back and forth, swinging your arms. Just another little wiggle when we hang out in these extended positions, right? Outside of our normal range of motion. Sometimes it can feel nice to take a little shake out afterwards. Now, the next thing we're going to be doing is these goalpost arms here. I'm just going to have my elbows going back towards the wall behind me and then closing, sort of like pages of a book closing in front of me. And we're going back and forth here. Now I could get my whole body involved if I would like. But the first thing I want to do is check in, make sure I'm maximizing each position. So when my arms are going back, I'm checking in that my shoulders are dropped away from my ears. My elbows are also extended as far away from the center line of my body as they can be. And when my hands are together and my elbows are together, I am also making sure that I am dropping my shoulders, maybe even lifting my elbows slightly. So we've got 90-degree bend through my elbow, 90 degrees through my body. And I do like pushing the back of my head back in space for this one. It does help to find the stretch, particularly through my traps. Beautiful. And then as my elbows come out to the side here, just so you are getting a side view of this one as well, to get a little bit of a chest stretch, pec stretch in here, I can bring my elbows back behind me, lift my chest, almost like there's a string from my chest right up to the clouds. Let the back of my head drop back a little bit here, just to feel a nice stretch. Beautiful. One more, each position. Lovely. Oh, and then we're going to stay right here, and I'm going to alternate between another two positions. So bringing the back of my hands back towards a wall, tipping, bringing my hands down towards the floor, and then seeing if I can bring the palms of my hands back towards the wall. Now that's hard. That's hard. So don't feel like you have to succeed, but that is the direction. Alternating just as it feels good. So we're gifting our shoulders a little bit of twisting, not going crazy mode on this, right? More pain is not more gain, but just allowing the opportunity for variety of movement. Beautiful. Now go ahead, drop your arms down by your sides, and we're going to actively reach towards the floor. We're going to go into some neck specific things here, just because our poor little neck has to carry our bowling ball of a head around all day, and it deserves some love too. So reach actively towards the floor. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to drop my left ear towards my left shoulder. Take a deep breath here. In and out. Then we'll come back up to the center. If you want another deep breath, go for it. And then we'll come over. So my right ear is close to my right shoulder. Take another deep breath here. In and out. And come back to center. Now you can absolutely do one more each side if that feels good for you, or you can move on to a little twisting. So now I'm going to look over my left shoulder. Still long, tall spine. Hopefully my head isn't doing anything too wonky. I'm just looking over that left shoulder. Take a deep breath if you're liking breathing. And come back to center. And we're going to look over the right shoulder next. And we'll come back to center. And then we're just going to do a little bit of nodding our head. So dropping chin down towards chest and then reaching your chin up towards the ceiling. As always, if anything doesn't feel good, don't do it. And we're going to end with one deep breath. So take a breath for yourself. If you want to add movement to it, you absolutely can. Choose your own movement. And I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. Take care, everybody.